Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tarot and the Moons. My name is Ingrid. Let's get started. Just as a reminder, if you find these videos long, you can always speed it up using the settings on YouTube, and you can just accelerate the videos. All right, so let's move on to the new moon. We have a new moon today. I'm recording this today, August 23rd. And as you know, the new moons are, for me, these PowerPoints in our collective, right? Because the sun and the moon are in the same astrological sign during this new moon phase. And with this celestial balance, new moons are just an ideal time to really set forth intentions and see a vision for yourself. Start something new that's going to expand as that moonlight expands into that full moon cycle. Now, for me, the moon is characteristically seen as almost like your best friend. And it's your best friend that's guiding you from the inside through your emotional frontiers. The moon phases are channeling really recurrent cycles within yourself so that it becomes visible and so that you can listen to the guidance and ultimately so that you can adapt the guidance to serve as a post of directional frequencies for your life, right? Now, Rudolf Steiner used to speak about the moon in terms of a mirror. And he said that outwardly, the moon acts as a mirror of the universe because it reflects that light of the sun, right? And then he said that inwardly, the moon is a mirror of the hidden realms. And it's also significant because it has to do with the spiritual aspects that remain within us, or as he put it, within the core of the moon itself. So for me, the sweet spot of the moon is this exploration of our feelings, right? This exploration of the subconscious spiritual realms. And let's face it, emotions are really a central part of the human experience. And I personally believe that in order to regulate our emotions and to have the moon assist us in revealing some of the unconscious or subconscious connections the moon has with our own emotional moon cycles and its rhythms, it's important for us to understand that for purposes of our emotional engagement and our emotional well-being, the moon is a vital force. Now, I've said this before, I'm not an astrologer, but I am an oracle, and I use these moon cycles in order to help me, and by putting this out there, in order to hopefully help you gain insight into our emotional power. So the moon really offers us these keys as to who we are, what we're feeling, our willpower, and our desires of what we don't want in our lives and what we want more of in our lives, right? What is it that we're willing to listen to, and what is it that we're willing to make time for in order to live in that sweet spot of well-being, right? Ultimately, all of this culminates to our desires, our intentionalities during this new moon phase, which is amplified in order to elevate our own wellness. Now, you're going to see up here on the screen here in your little video that I have both the Vedic astrological sign and the tropical Western astrological sign of Leo and Virgo. In Western astrology, they are telling us that the moon is in that astrological sign of Virgo. In contrast, sidereal Vedic astrologers are telling us this new moon is in the constellation of Leo. Now, for me, within the context of our emotional PowerPoint and its relationship to the moon, I believe both schools of thoughts are accurate. In other words, for me, our emotional and our subconscious engagements with self awareness and with the connections with each others is really swinging between these two astrological signs and its archetypal patterning of Leo and Virgo. To my knowledge, people are not speaking of this interplay, right, between the astrology of uh, sidereal Vedic astrologers and tropical Western astrologers in terms of the moon and this type of placement in connection to the self. I invented it. I hadn't seen it, but I was taking a lot of notes and I was observing this to be the case on the collective sphere, right? And I felt it was really important to just begin to share new ways of engaging with astrology and the moon cycles together with the empowerment of Tarot, which for me, Tarot is one of the best tools for self discovery and self awareness. We can't abdicate everything to everyone out there. We have to do the self analysis. We have to do the self exploration. And we have to do it with that field of the heart. Okay? Now, when we speak of Leo, which is where the Vedic astrologers say this new moon is, we are speaking of the heart of the fire, right? Because Leo is ruled by the element of fire, and its planetary rulership is actually the sun. And I believe that this Leo energy in this new moon is here to help us radiate this light, this warmth, this creative love in a generous manner, in a way that sometimes can even be dramatic, right? As we seek these recognitions and these self affirming statements that's activated with the new moon. Leo also feels the most alive when this inner flame is actually acknowledged, and going back to Rudolf Steiner, it is mirrored on the outside, right? Whatever you're feeling, that passion, that je ne sais quoi, it's time to really express it on the outer, right? And then we have this Virgo energy, and Virgo is really this earthly vessel because it's the element of earth, and it's also ruled by the planetary engagement of Mercury. And for me, the Virgo is here to purify. It's here to refine. It's really here to align our lives collectively with sacred order, right? So this Virgo moon is not only reserved and analytical and very service oriented, but for me, it feels the safest when our emotions are grounded in clarity, right? In that purity of thought, purity of action, and purity of purpose, right? So collectively, with these two energies of Leo and Virgo, both our hearts and our instincts are being activated during this time. And that's because Leo rules the heart chakra and Virgo actually rules the bowels, which is the movement of our instinctual gut reactions, right? So, I feel that this is an emotional relationship that we're going to see play out on the collective scale between the heart, which is that fire energy, and the mind being asked to ground, and that's that earth energy. Leo is going to emote outwardly our passions, our devotions, and even our pride in what we're doing. And Virgo is going to start processing inwardly, quietly reflecting, cautiously acting with discernment, right? And together, these forces of Leo and Virgo is here to really have us be grounded with this overwhelming feeling of love. It's this idea or this concept of recognition with refinement, right? It's just a beautiful energy, and it can be overwhelming for a lot of people because you're on this stop and go energy. The go energy is Leo, right? It's go, 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 go. Let's move forward. Let's show everybody what we're made of. And then that Virgo energy is asking us to get emotionally grounded before we make a move. Did you dot your I's? Did you cross your T's, right? So we feel this pull and push energy with between the heart and the womb of the soul. Remember, the gut is in that womb area as well. So, in short, this emotional relationship between Leo and Virgo is the dance between passionate expression and humble refinement, right? At its highest, this vibration is the union that creates love that is both radiant, that sun energy, and pure, that Virgo energy. Um, Now, when I did the meditation, the word that came up during my meditation for this new moon was immerse. And this is a period of time where the energies that we have been experiencing are actually going into this field of immersion. We are being asked to immerse in spiritual soul integrations to help us ground not only our sacred self, but also this earth and fire energy is wanting us to not take our bodies for granted. This can also mean our spiritual bodies, right? Don't take it for granted. If we are to survive, and that's what it feels like right now, survive these challenging times, then both our body and our sacred spiritual self have to be in the space of integration, of immersion, right? Our sacred spiritual disciplines are being called into the space of immersion, right? That word immerse. We can't fake it anymore, people. We have to start immersions, right? We have to start unions with our authentic self throughout all aspects of our life, not just behind the scenes. So, our sacred spiritual significance and this word of immerse is that we have to have this total surrender of the self into the greater authentic realities, whether that be the reality and authenticity of love, truth, divinity, or even the mystery of life itself. It is both this act of humility and this act of trust. Are you willing? Are you willing to plunge into the unknown waters, knowing that beneficent transformation awaits? It really is this new moon for me, man. It really feels like the ultimate faith question. Are you willing to immerse yourself into the sacred spiritual engagement? This moon is asking all of us, do you have faith? And if you do have faith, what is it that you have faith in? All right? Immerse. Hold that word, hold the frequencies of that energy, and continue to be authentic in all aspects of your life. That was a channeling. I'm going to have to go back and re-listen to that because I don't even know what I said. All right, let's go on to the next slide. So before we get to the next slide, I just wanted to remind everyone, when you see this first quarter moon, this is the time that you do the clearing. This is the time that you do your initiations. These are the times where you do the removal of obstacles, right? In order to clear anything that needs to be cleared. And then you start nurturing your ideas, nurturing your intentions, setting forth the intentions that you wish to manifest during this new moon phase. All right. So now let's get on to the next slide where we're going to be talking a little bit about the new moon tarot players. All right, so once again, we are fluctuating for purposes of this offering between Leo energy, ruled by the sun, and Virgo energy, ruled by Mercury. So our emotions are going between these two extremes here. And the purpose of all of this is to learn how to, number one, pick up where you are in this emotional stream, and number two, learn how to regulate that, okay? And I'm going to show you now the archetypes that are involved. Let me just put this down and bring over the Leo energy. I hope this can see this. Yes. So this is the Leo energy is ruled by the sun, right? And there are two tarot archetypes that are ruled by the sun, and that is obviously the sun, and also the strength energy. And remember what I say to you guys all the time, that when we're dealing with strength, it's showing up because we're going to need it, right? And I love that the sun energy is here in conjunction with all of this. If I pull the strength card in your tarot reading, I'm speaking about your inner strength, your courage, bravery, confidence, harnessing your instincts and your desires, and also overcoming self-doubt, right? Because of that courage energy. On the more challenging side, it could be vulnerability, self-doubt, feeling of inadequacy and incompetence, etc. Okay? So if I pull the Sun card for you, and again, this represents the Leo energy, I am speaking of positivity, I'm speaking about freedom, fun, success, enthusiasm, truth, openness, and this is my card deck that you're seeing here, the Arc-en-Ciel Tarot deck. And for me, the Sun also represents the beloved, that engagement with the energy of the self, the higher self, and the divine and masculine parts of us. All right. Now let me put this aside, and let me bring over the Virgo energy for this month. Remember that Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and the energies of Tarot that are ruled by Mercury are the Magician, the Hermit, and the Lover's card. I guess I can't. I'm gonna have to block the beautiful image of anyway, it is what it is. So if I pull the Magician card out for you during your new moon tarot reading, this is about creativity, action, directing your will, right? Your willpower, your visualization. For me, is also when I was drawing this, illustrating this, designing this, this was also about your skill sets, right? Because to be a magician, you have to what? Practice. So those are the positive attributes. The more challenging attributes of the magician is manipulations, weaknesses, indecision, frustrations, delays, etc. Lack of leadership can also be the magician in a more challenging state. Then we have here the Lover's card. The Lover's card is always going to be about what choices you're making. Major choices, soulmate choices, temptations also comes in with the Lovers, relationships, romance, desires, kindred spirit. On its more challenging side, this card represents disharmony, distrust, imbalance, disconnection, disunion, okay? And then lastly, if I pull the Hermit card with you, which is really a chironic energy, it's not really necessarily ruled by Mercury like these two are, but it's chironic, and Chiron is also part of the Virgo astrological archetype. So I'm bringing that in with the Hermit here, okay? And with the Hermit, we are talking about soul searching, spiritual enlightenment, if I pull this card for you, self-reflection, solitude, guidance, sanctuaries, etc. And if you're looking at this, or we're looking at this in its more challenging side, it can be paranoia, isolation, loneliness, even paralyzations by fear. And remember, the nine energy is also the numerology of the year. So the Hermit is actually really important. So if I pull this card, I would also see this as a transition point or some major transformation happening in your life, right? So let's get on to our tarot readings on the next slide. So once again, this is a new moon tarot reading, um, and we are fluctuating between the Leo and the Virgo energies emotionally. We're going to begin with Virgo, go around, and end with Leo. You can look at your sun sign and your ascendant sign for this reading. I am concentrating obviously on your moon signs. That's going to be where I sort of tap into the most, all right? And I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot as well as the Oracle, the Herbal Astrology Oracle. This because it feels very grounded and earth, which is this energy of Virgo. And of course, the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot because it feels very much Leo sun energy. Okay, let me put this maybe over there. All right, so once again, we're going to start with Virgo and then move around. Believe this is my Virgo card. Yeah. So for those of you with Virgo, we've got this beautiful King of Cups energy. So this is very emotional for me. This is very much a testing for you. I am being drawn to this energy of choices because when we're dealing with this cup energy, the King of Cups tends to test others and see if they're worthy of their affection. So in the same way, I feel that here you're really, for this new moon, kind of trying to figure out who or what is worthy of your time and attention. When we have this engagement, we always want to make the loving choice. Those that are worth your attention, that are worth your love, are not the ones that are trying to suck you dry, but the ones that are trying to amplify the better qualities of who you are and that are also going to nurture you. Okay? Let's see what your guidance tells you. Action. Right. So you're going to, and this is also a very action-driven card because it's moving. So you're going to have to be moving towards or making an action or deciding and making a choice. It's time for you to take action. Do the loving thing. Make the loving choice. We've got Mars energy here, and of course, the Venusian energy, which is that male and female energy that we see in the Lover's Tarot card. Choices. It's time for you to act. Okay, put this back. Keep this here. And the next one we're going to do is Libra energies. And with Libra, you have, wow, you have this Queen of Swords. So it's really very decisive. It's really very sharp. And it's also, for me, I feel like it's also very mental. There's a lot of mental energy, a lot of thinking, a lot of processing, a lot of analyzing and analytical energies. And I'm being drawn here to the Magician because there is something here for you to do in terms of magic with the sword, right? Whenever we do see this Queen of Swords energy. She's not playing around, and she's already ready, willing, and able to use her skill sets to make a clear, directional, I feel like path even, moving forward. So this is very much the beginning of something you've been working on, of something that you've established your own skill sets on. And even momentarily here, at least for this window period of time, it's the time to execute, right, your vision in a very organized and methodical way using your skill sets to do so. There's also a leadership quality here that's coming through for those of you with Sun, Moon, or Ascendant Libra. And of course, I don't see these cards, guys, when I shuffle them. I don't engage with it. I just go into my, actually, when I put these down, that's when I'm doing my meditation for the new moon reading. So yeah, you're really being called, people with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Libra, you're really being called to step up your leadership. And again, I see that lion energy, which is very much that energy of the new moon in Leo coming through. And then we see here the Libra sign, right? So this is your sign, and you're being asked to step up your leadership game. Also, 1 and 8. These are both very strong leadership qualities in numerology. 1 is the leadership of the self, and the 8 is the leadership in a group, right? The bigger vision for all. Again, we see that Mercury energy and Uranus. So there may even be something here for you for this new moon that propels you into a leadership role in a quite unexpected way. Lovely. And next we have the Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising energies. See what we have here. And we've got this 3 of Pentacles. This energy is about collaborating with another. I'm bringing forward the Sun energy here because this energy of collaboration is also seen in my beloved card, the Sun card of my tarot deck, the Arc-en-Ciel tarot deck. So I do see here a collaboration with others. You are working very hard, and others may be looking at you, wanting to perhaps invest in you and in what you have to offer to the world. Okay, keeping in mind that what you're working on is not only for yourself, but for the greater good. And there is something here again about others looking at you for potential investment opportunities. Anytime we see the Pentacles, we are speaking here about money. Okay, also make sure you work on your body as well. Let's see what we've got. Wisdom and the unicorn. Wow. So for those Scorpio babies, this energy is really about you tapping into your wisdom, and knowing that others are looking at you is not a source of intimidation for you. In fact, you keep working on it because you know that what you're doing is to try and engage this higher wisdom of the sun energy, of being seen in that space of illumination, in that space of wisdom. Beautiful. Obviously, when I see the unicorn, there's also a third eye activation here happening for those of you with sun, moon, or rising Scorpio babies. Next, we have the Sagittarius energy. Let me put this like this. And Sagittarius, we have here the 7 of Cups. Anytime we see the 7 of Cups, it is this energy of illusions. It is, and obviously I'm being drawn to the Magician. It is this energy of indecisions, right? You're not very clear about what it is that you want to activate. But what I can tell you is that part of this activation for you is this energy of faith. You don't have to control every little thing that's going to happen. What you do have to do, and what you are being asked to engage with, is the miraculous. It's the magic. It's the unseen world, right? So for those of you with Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, this new moon energy is asking you to have faith in the unseen and to know, right? This is about knowing, and to know that the more you try to control an outcome, especially when it comes to your emotions, the less you are engaged with its power center. We want to fall into the unknown, having faith in the magical, having faith in the mysteries, having faith in the divine will bring you all the riches and desires that you are seeking. And that was for Sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius. Oops, and I forgot the commune. The guidance here from the herbal astrology is for you to commune, right, with others. So don't do this alone. Sometimes faith is not a solitary engagement. Sometimes it is communing with others. And for me, I see this as also assistance. Whenever we see the mushrooms, right? There's this engagement with plant energy, having or asking for assistance from Mother Nature herself will help you have a clear vision of what it is that you desire to experience during this new moon time period. Beautiful. All right, next we have Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising energies. All right, we have this Five of Wands. So you're really feeling here quite defensive. I'm being brought to the Strength card. You're feeling defensive about your creativity. You're feeling defensive about what you want to put out in the world. You're feeling defensive about even your own spiritual engagement, right? What am I here for? What am I doing? Why am I always fighting? Why am I always feeling like everything is a struggle? And part of the why here is that we need to quell our inner anger, our inner rage, and really, instead of arguing with yourself or others about what's working or not working, it's best to utilize your energy and quell that energy and transmute it and use it, right? The wand's energy, and use it for some sort of creativity. The challenge that the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising energies are having during this new moon energy is that you're wanting to lean too much into that Virgo energy of controlling too much, of wanting to dot the I's and cross the T's, and not being in the flow of play, which is part of that lion energy, right? So we want to really just release this idea that my creative process or my creativity has to somehow be controlled. To the contrary, it has to be released to the chaos of the unknown, and then you will see the miraculous, the eight energy of how it transmute and goes into this energy of the infinity and makes the process smooth. So release control. Completion. Wow, awesome. So the guidance here is completion. Saturnian energy here is coming through, right? We see that goat. Saturnian energy is like keep working, but don't distract yourself with the BS. Keep working for your goals, and ultimately you will see the clarification. You will see the path, and it's not this heavy energy. And there's that five again coming through. 3 + 2 is 5. That five energy, releasing it to the divine order of chaos, right? Beautiful. And next we have the Aquarius energy, sun, moon, or rising. And wow, we have the Strength card. This is such a beautiful, powerful engagement to have, right? Because part of our Leo energy is the Strength card itself. So I'm going to balance it out here and go into this area of contemplation here, because for me, part of the strength, part of what makes someone strong, right? That inner wisdom, that inner power is to learn how to tap into this area of contemplation, of knowing your own strengths, of knowing your own weaknesses. You are clearly showcasing your strength in the realm of spirituality for this new moon engagement. And your guidance here is foresight. I saw that. I saw the spiritual engagement. I saw the psychic abilities or something like that. I saw this engagement, this foresight, right? And there's that leopard energy coming through, which is really an important totem, because it's not only this energy of the divine fierceness, also replicated here with the strength card and the lion energy, but it's also showing you your own Aquarian power through Uranus, right? And look at this beautiful rainbow clearing the clouds, coming through with foresight. Very nice. And of course, we see this beautiful cacao energy kind of coming through as well, which is again very spiritual for this new moon engagement, sun, moon, or rising Aquarius. Wow, that was amazing. Next, we have Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. Let's put this here. And for the Piscean energy, we've got a lot of work to do. It's like this Ten of Wands, this feeling burdened by work that we're doing, this feeling of burdens, and I'm being brought here by the Lover's card, bringing this forth. Sometimes when we have a lot of creative projects all burning at the same time, we do have to start making these loving choices and trying to figure out what's relevant right now. So for Pisces, it's this energy of beginnings and endings, endings and beginnings. What is it that I need to end, close the chapter to, and what is it that I need to really catapult and flame up with this passion of love and start nurturing? But we have to sort of be picky, right? Remember that Virgo energy is very picky. So lean more towards the Virgo and really start discerning what it is that you need and what it is that you don't need, because there's no reason, oh my goodness, there's no reason why during this time, during humanity's engagement, especially if you're watching a video and you're not one of the ones that are really truly suffering because there's no money or no home and no food, right? There's no reason for us to burden ourselves with our quote unquote creative projects, our entrepreneurial engagement. There's no reason for it. Be discerning. Be in the space of what's loving for you. Let's see what your guidance is telling you. Sensuality, right? This energy of the lovers really coming through. This is very Venusian. This is very Neptunian. You can see the Neptune here. This is very much about nurturing yourself and really letting go of these burdens, these unnecessary burdens that you yourself decided to carry, right? No one told you to do all this. You're doing it for yourself, to yourself. So release the burdens, be discerning, close up chapters that need to be closed, go into dreamland and go into the space of what's loving for you. Oh, beautiful too. All right, next we have this Aries sun, moon, or rising babies. Let's see what you have. Let's see what you have. You have this Page of Swords. So there's some responsibility here that you just don't want anymore. You want to release, you want to let it go, okay? I am being drawn to the strength energy because it's a responsibility that others have placed on you, and it's something that you don't want. You actually are sort of going into a defense mode because you already are the warrior. You're already charging forward, but now someone has placed a responsibility that you don't want. Rather than going into this area of rage or anger, it is important, and the strength card is telling you this, to quell it, to take a breath, to calm the mind, to let go of the mental chatter and just be in this space of showcasing your strength and turning this around, that 8 energy again, turning this around so that it benefits you. Even when someone else places a responsibility upon you that you don't want, there is still a nugget of information, of wisdom that you can garner from that responsibility, okay? Anima Mundi. Wow, the dragon's blood. This is so powerful because it really is this energy of the moon, right? So you're really being asked for, and it's also the energy of Pluto coming forward. So you're really being asked to go deep into your own soul matrix, deep into the shadows of who you are, and try to figure out why you want to shirk this responsibility, right? Whenever something is being presented to us in a challenging way, guys, ask why, right? Why are they giving this to me? Why do I have to do it? Why? Until you get to that nugget, until you get to that energy of strength, the strength of the experience that you're going through, because ultimately the anima mundi is about the world. It is about this universal experience. So what is it of this universal experience that you're being called to do right now during this new moon phase? Really important. Look at the shadows. Next, we have Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And we've got this energy of, this is a page card again, a page of wands. And the page of wands is ready. It's actually ready to start creating. It's ready to move forward. It knows exactly, and I'm being drawn here to the skill sets of the magician. It knows exactly what it wants to do because it has what? Prepared. It has literally studied and prepared its project moving forward. So you're ready. The point here is to move and to move toward the space of leadership, having the confidence, right? That's this energy of the sun, of that Leo energy coming forward, having the confidence in knowing that you have prepared, that you have studied, that you have practiced what it is that you're moving forward with at this time, at this new moon phase time. And the magician is here to remind you this is magical. Let's see what your guidance is. You have Mercury here, this higher consciousness. This is magical, whatever you're working on. And it is going to be something that's going to be communicated to other people. Other people are going to see you. It is entertaining, right? Because it's the magician energy, but it's also informative. It's also tapping into their higher wisdom as well. And it's a Mercury energy, a mercurial energy here, but it's the higher consciousness that you're tapping into and wanting to share with the world during this full moon full new moon period. Sorry, not full moon, new moon. Beautiful. Now we have this Gemini energy. And with the Gemini energy, you're feeling victorious. You're feeling like you've got this. You're feeling like, yeah, let's showcase my skill sets. Let's showcase my love. Let's showcase my ability to nurture others. This is a very victorious card. And you've been actually quite victorious because you've chosen Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising to be the leader in your own family dynamic. That's what's coming through. I'm tapping into someone who's here watching Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Remember, Gemini is that other mercurial energy, that other energy of Mercury, but you have decided to step up when it comes to family matters, and you have come out victorious. This energy of victory is coming through for this new moon period for Geminis. Look at that. Love. And the rose. How awesome is that? This is beautiful energy, very Venusian. You're feeling the love and the peace. You're feeling the victory. Actually, when I was designing this card and doing the sun card illustrations, for me the sun is the ultimate card of love because it's an active force within the spiritual matrix, right? It's spiritus. It's so loving and so vibrant, and you're feeling this victory, Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. Beautiful energy. And look at that engagement with this love, love. There's a saying that says to love the rose is to respect the thorn. So love with all of its battles, right? This is victory after battle coming through. Beautiful. Next we have, oops, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You've got the world. Wow, this is so awesome. Again, I'm being drawn to this the Lover's card, the beloved, the world. Oops, I gotta cover that because of the algorithms. Otherwise, I will be the videos won't show through. But the world card is telling me that you have completed something major in your life. Let me put it down so you could see both cards. Something major in your life has been completed and you're ready to start again. This energy of the 1-9 is a 10. It's the energy of completion. And 21 is also the last card in the deck, and it's the energy of completion and the energies of new beginning. Whatever is happening for you, sun, moon, or rising, it's happening very quickly. There's a lot of momentum here for you. And there's this energy of surrender, right? This energy of, okay, I completed what I needed to do. I'm now engaging the world. I've completed this chapter. Whenever we complete anything, guys, it's important to ritualize the experience. Look at that beautiful sun, moon energy there coming through. Ritualize the experience. Acknowledge the accomplishments. That's something that I've noticed that people don't do. It's like we're so much into the doing, doing, doing. Let's do this. What's the next move? What am I going to do next? And we don't pause to acknowledge the accomplishments, right? It's important for you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, to acknowledge your accomplishments by surrendering it to the divine because you've co-created this. Look at this beautiful wisdom, these beautiful owls just overseeing your ritualization of what you have accomplished. Beautiful energy. All right. Last but not least, we have that Leo, the Leo energies. What do we have here? You're walking away from things that are not of service to you. You're disappointed. There's an energy of disappointment here. You're not even fighting it anymore. You really want to just ground into a better sort of this. It feels like this energy of like, I want to see what's in the on the horizon. I'm bringing in the wow, the sun energy is really very powerful for those of you watching this video. But I'm bringing this energy because it's almost like I'm not satisfied with what's being given to me. I want to go beyond the walls, right? You see this brick wall. I want to go beyond the horizon to see what's on the other side. So there's this energy of taking a risk with something else, taking a risk to see what's on the other side of the wall and what's in between me and the sun, or here, me and the moon energy, me and the space of illumination. What's on the other side? You're very curious, but there is an element here of disappointment. And sometimes we get disappointed when we have too much expectations or we are attaching too much to the outcome. So let that go, release it, move forward, and see what's on the other side. Because no matter what, if it's yours, you can come back and reclaim it. Look at that. Peaceful warrior. And I don't know if I said this before, but it's like walking away also from the arguments, from the strife, from what doesn't serve you anymore. You are in this energy of wanting to be the peaceful warrior. This is Mars and moon energy together. You're not giving up. You know that you are a warrior, but there's some aspect here that was a little disappointing, and it's like you want to see what's on the horizon, what's on the other side, because right now you're not liking the options. And it's great to keep this energy of the peaceful warrior within you as you move forward. And again, this is Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising energy. Awesome. Beautiful. Wow. Okay, that was it. That was the reading for the new moon. And again, I am focusing on the emotional resonance of our moon astrological sign, and our emotions collectively are teetering between the Leo energy of wanting to be seen, of courage, and the Virgo energy of being precise and looking at details before we emerge or make a move. Awesome energy. I'll leave that there actually. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Support me by just doing that. Just give me a thumbs up. Let the algorithm know that you're enjoying it. And the algorithm is apparently very important for me to just have these messages go out to as many people as possible. So give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed and you're watching these videos, subscription is absolutely free. And also hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss. I know a lot of people have a lot of things going on YouTube, but if you hit the notification bell, you will not miss out on any of my readings. And I do a lot of other offerings too. There's monthly reads as well. I've slacked on the little bit on um, the book reading ones, because I'm actually journeying with these amazing women, and there's other projects going, so I put that one on the back burner for now. But if you did read the Isabel Allende's Japanese Lovers, I'll just give you, and I'll do a book review on it eventually, probably in September, but I'll just give you a quick preview. If you want to learn about the minor arcanas and specifically the royal houses, that's the book. That's the book to learn about all of these royal house characters. It was really good in that sense. But I'll try to do the book review or book report or whatever sometime in November. All right. And I'm also trying to think of some other offerings for you guys. Okay. I love you. Take care. Be safe. Um, again, breathe. You're safe. Be in the space of gratitude, and know that no matter what, your path and what you're doing during this new moon period is here to illuminate with this sun energy something that has to be communicated to you and your heart frequency. Okay, until next time, bye.